This might be a more challenging question, so feel free to just say pass. But I'm just curious, like, what is a conversation that hasn't happened yet between you and your mom about mental health?
I definitely want to answer this because I'm probably going to send this episode to my mom so she can watch it because like we've never really talked to somebody who is a professional like yourself. But not only like did we lose my grandmother, her mom, but we also eventually also lost my father. And it was a really sad time. I feel like for me, I have already like grown and like to accept like, the situation and like I think very fondly of the memories that I have with my dad, and I carry him with me like everywhere I go. But it was something like really taboo between like me and my brothers, where like somebody like wants to ask because they're curious, and it was like, wait, like you don't talk about that like in front of her, like like be a little bit more respectful or something like that. But I have no idea, you know. She talks about it and we're like, okay, like now we can talk about it because she's talking about it. But we're all like just assuming that her boundary is like you can't talk about it yet. There's no like common time, like there's no like certain, like after 2 years now you can talk about it. Like obviously my dad was, her partner, and it's probably like feels a little bit different, to have that like void. And so like a specific question that I would want to ask her is like how did you kind of deal with that? How did that impact you? And like how were you able to find strength to kind of like move forward? Because like honestly, I think she was a really strong pillar, helped me kind of find closure and move on a little bit from that. But I know that maybe deep down like she wasn't as strong. And then maybe, on the other side she might have seen, us, like specifically me, because I was like the one that was like closest to my dad, how she might have seen that I was like maybe a little bit stronger. And I know she's told me like, between then and now, like how strong I am. And sometimes like it feels really awkward when people tell you like you're so strong, or like you've dealt with like a lot, and you've grown so much. It kind of feels like sometimes it's like, well, thank you, but like I don't feel that strong. Like I haven't really been strong. And sometimes it feels like, when like you haven't been like totally honest. And so I would love to have that conversation with her of how like, I feel like you've been strong, but like, have you? And like maybe her ask me like how I've been strong, and how maybe there's like some times when like I didn't want to be strong, and I've like peeled off to like cry a little bit. And like maybe like, well, what are your boundaries? Like what are you open to talking about? I want to know like how you find strength, because like I feel like I've grown into that. And it was like a long journey before I could feel strong again, without that like strong pillar of my father.